Something I learned while not having my home for 32 days was that I have too much stuff. Now you might be thinking, what the heck, you live in an SUV, how do you have too much stuff? Well, this past month I've gotten by with just having the essentials. A camping pad, sleeping bag, food, clothes, my work stuff, and things William, my dog, needed. We bounced from U-Haul to Airbnb to Toyota RAV4 to Airbnb again. And the whole time I maybe missed 2 things that were inside of my Jeep camper. I think that having something you can call home is definitely essential and a human right in my opinion. But I can't help but think about the nomadic peoples of our planet through history. How they moved around with very little through intense climates and weather and were just fine. This whole ordeal has put things into perspective for me more than ever before. And it's helped me to appreciate my home as tiny as it may be. Us humans are born into a world with nothing and will leave with nothing. This idea always comforts me when I find myself wanting more than I can afford. I woke up this morning and overnight it feels like it has become fall up here in Alaska. The leaves are turning orange and yellow and it's foggy and rainy. The temperatures have dropped significantly. This is the first night I've thought about turning on my heater for a while. I didn't actually turn it on, but I probably will tonight. It was in the low 40s last night, and when I woke up, it was pretty chilly. So a couple days ago, I got my Jeep back from the shop. It had been 32 whole days since I brought it in at the end of July, and it was the most frustrating experience I've had in a really long time, and probably the most frustrating experience I've ever had with a vehicle repair in my life. I've had lots of vehicle repairs in my lifetime, but this one was just by far the worst. I would tell the full and complete story, but I'm honestly just so over this whole situation. I'm just really happy that I have my Jeep back, that I really just don't even want to spend any more time thinking about the negativity of the situation. I just want to move on. When I got my Williams in the background anyway. When I got my Jeep back, because I didn't know it was going to be in the shop for 32 days, there were tons of flies in it, so I had to stop at a campsite and I cleaned everything out. And we are now back to normal. We're headed back towards the Yukon. I'm a little sad because it feels like the summer has just flown by and I kind of missed out on the Alaska portion a little bit, even though I was able to hang out with some amazing people, go on some amazing hikes and go fishing and do some awesome stuff. It just feels like because I didn't have my home the whole time, I was just worried about that instead of being present, which is kind of a bummer. So I feel like I'm gonna have to do an Alaska mainland redo next summer. Well, that's okay. Next year we won't be driving to the Arctic Ocean, so we'll have more time to spend up here exploring. But for now, we're headed back to the Yukon because in about a week I have to hop on a ferry back home to Southeast Alaska for a little bit. William is talking to me. William, are you happy to have your home back? Is it cold? I think he wants to go sit down. So thanks everyone for being patient while I've been trying to get my life back together the past couple of weeks and really trying to decide what's next. I think the only answer right now is to go back to my home base for a little bit and do some soul searching and be with some people that I love. So I've decided that I'm not quite ready to leave mainland Alaska, so we're gonna go check out this campsite that I found on iOverlander that looks pretty awesome. Yeah, to enjoy some of these beautiful fall colors and spend another night in mainland Alaska. I'm just not feeling ready to leave yet. The colors, this is so beautiful. Get it, Billy. You hear that, my friends? Yeah, that's right. You don't hear anything. That's peace and quiet. Oh my gosh. Oh, how I've missed this so much. A month really isn't that long if you think about it, but geez. It definitely has created enough space for me to feel really grateful for moments like these. William wants to eat my nectarine. William loves nectarine! Oh my gosh. He's already had like 5 pieces of nectarine. Are you happy to be out here, Bubby? I think he's happy. Also, funny mishap that I must share. I accidentally bought women's 50 plus premium gummy multivitamins. It's actually pretty chilly out there. We're actually gonna have to turn the heater on tonight. The first heat of the season. First heat, first heat, first heat. We slept about 12 hours last night. I guess I really needed the sleep, and William doesn't usually seem to mind. He loves to cuddle and sleep, so yeah, and it's also a very rainy day. I'm just gonna head to Toke real quick and grab some groceries and maybe show you guys around. It's amazing to me that people live up here year-round with very little normal modern resources. There's lots of natural resources up here, but it still amazes me that people do that. Nothing much to it. Why is my lens over? Well, I didn't buy much at this store actually, but I did buy myself a giant cinnamon roll for like $2. Heck yeah, that was worth it. Okay y'all, I promise after this I'm going to buy a chainsaw. I'm gonna do it in Whitehorse as soon as I get there because it is campfire season. I mean, I guess all summer is campfire season, but usually it's too warm or there are too many bugs out, so I don't make a campfire. I'm just gonna go ahead and buy a chainsaw because this would be so much easier if I didn't have to do this. Although this is great exercise, I could have raging massive fires in a matter of maybe an hour if I just went ahead and bought one already. Yeah. Hold me to it in the comments, you guys. I need to buy a freaking electric chainsaw. It's not that hard. Watch out, Loopy. Watch out, buddy. Hi. Watch out. I'm trying to chop wood. What a happy dog. What a good and happy dog. William wants the food. I'm sorry, William, you already had your dinner. So I was reading this here book, and it gave me this cool idea to flip the Dutch oven lid upside down and use it as kind of like a makeshift skillet. And I just so happened to buy some bread earlier in town today and some cheese. So I made grilled cheese. My gosh, I highly recommend this way of making grilled cheese. The whole ordeal with the Jeep repairs kinda has left me burnt out and uninspired. On top of that, the summer ending and most of my goals being completed has left me feeling a little lost without a clear vision for what I should do next. Certainly, it helps in life to have something to look forward to or a goal you're trying to reach. But this time, I'm trying to learn how to be okay with there not being a huge goal to meet. I think as of right now, I'm going to keep living out of the Jeep through the fall and part of the winter and just see what happens. This whole thing has left me sort of broke, and the ideas I had for the coming winter aren't really going to work out anymore until I can save up again. So I'm just trying my best to let not having a plan be my plan. I think I've realized that a large part of wanting to have big plans is in part to entertain you guys. And I've realized that I need to get comfortable with the idea of slowing down and sharing things that might be a little more mundane, but are still things that make me happy to share. I hope I can create a little comforting escape for you two through the colder months. I'm just really excited to get back to the place that fills up my cup the most and share it with you guys, because last year when I left the island, there weren't as many of you along for the ride yet. So I can't wait to introduce you to this magical gem in Alaska that I call home.